So the first round of the 4-day series has completed and concluded, and we got some excellent performances all round. It was quite a hectic couple of days of cricket. From Newland's perspective, not so much. The rain affected a lot of things. We even saw some excellent footage. You can see it on Cricket Fanatics' Twitter account of the Dolphins wanted to get the game started so quickly so that they can try and get a win. That they helped the groundsman roll the tires off the pitch. So it was something that was quite hilarious from our part. We're sitting in the media center really looking at it and having a laugh because they were so desperate to try and get a win, but the rain just wasn't there on their side. So I'm going to go quickly through, before I bring my guests on the show to come discuss their insight into what their starts were for their teams. I'm just going to go through the results. So as you know, we had a couple of games that took place, Division 2 games as well as Division 1 games. You had the Titans against the Warriors, and the Warriors pulling off on a magnificent victory. So we've got two Warriors players that are going to be with us today to give us some insight into that victory. The Knights against Boland ended in a draw. We had KZN Inland beat Easterns in the Division 2, and we've got a guest that's going to be joining us over there too. And Northwest were beaten by the Lions quite convincingly. And when you're looking at all those performances, I think it's overall it was quite a competitive couple of days. We saw, especially in the ones that got a result, it was quite one of the games. Obviously, it's two very talented teams facing each other. So we're going to get some insight in that on that particular victory. Let's look at some of the top performers. We've had Kaya Zondo that got a double century. We had Yanaman Milan double century. Pat van Biljon 166. We had Rickleton 159. We had Schlemmer that got 153. Friska Adams, interestingly, 127, back into run scoring form. We had Eddie Moore, who's going to be on the show today with a very important 114 as well. So there were quite excellent performances throughout this tournament. And then we also had from the bowling department, I can give you just the overall runs, wickets that were taken. We had Tajan over here with 7 wickets to 1 Olivier, of course. Bryce Parsons over here with a 5-4 on his on his 4-day series debut as well. And for the Dolphins, so Stuurman as well bowled excellently. So we had some excellent performance all around. But there was a man that also stood out for the Warriors, and he's going to be on the show as well because his knock was very important too. So we will be chatting to them next on the show. I want to know what you guys think. What did you guys think of the 4-day series? If you have any questions for our guests, just get them in as well in the comment section so that we can get your thoughts as well from your part. So without further ado, let me introduce you to my guests and let's get straight into today's video. I'm very excited about this one, guys. So let's get to it. Hey guys, welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine, and this is your 4-day series wrap, your daily show. I'm your host, Harley Maiden, and you can see my guests are with me as well. Very excited for this one, guys, because we're going to be chatting to these awesome players, and we're going to get their insight into the game as well. I gave you a quick summary of everything, and just to the guys that are new to the channel, Eddie, you've been here quite a while. Lesiba and Andile, can you guys just introduce yourself to our fans because they haven't had an opportunity to really get to know you? Just tell us a little bit about your journey. So we can start with Lesiba and then we can go to Andile next.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lesiba Ngoepe. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm originally from the East Rand in Gauteng, and then I made my way down to the East here in the Eastern Cape. So I've been playing for the Warriors for the past 5 seasons, and I'm loving it.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. And Andile, we've been also following your career quite a while now as well. A very young talent and very, very talented all-rounder. So just give us some insights into yourself and your journey so far.
How's it, guys? I'm Andile Mokgakane from Durban. I'm playing for the Tuskers at Inland. I went to Northwood. I'm 3 years out of school now. Yeah, last season I was with the Dolphins, and fortunately I lost my contracts. But now I'm here at the inland playing for the Tuskers. Thanks for having me, guys.
No problem at all. I'm really excited about this. So let's get some insight into this. Eddie, let's start them off. Let's show them how it's done on Cricket Fanatics Magazine. Foremost, that century was very important to the whole entire match. It was quite a tough match to start up with against the Titans, of course. And you guys fought until the end. What was key to your performance and for the team's performance to get over the line in the end?
How's it, everyone? Yeah, look, Khaled, I think it's always a big one against the Titans. You know, it's a team you want to perform against, and it's a team you really want your team to do well against. They've always been one of the strongest teams around, and it's always nice to get a victory against them. So, yeah, I really enjoyed my knock against them. I think going back to the game, you know, decent bowling attack conditions were. The ball moved quite a bit around in the mornings. I think, if I remember correctly, 7 wickets were lost in the first session of day one. Second day, first session, 6 wickets were lost, and then third day, five wickets were lost in the first session. You know, so it was felt like it was a new ball wicket. You know, if you get through that period, you can actually set yourself up for some big runs. So I was fortunate enough to get a nice partnership going with Diego Rozier, and you know, put on a nice little partnership together. So didn't know the game was going to be that tight. You know, when it literally with the last man standing, couldn't believe it. Unbelievable victory to be a part of, and what a team performance it was.
Now, Lesiba, your particular knock was so important as well to the outcome of the game. I wanna get to know a little bit more about your batting style and how you've over the years adapted to 4-day cricket, and what is so important about being successful in the 4-day game. Are you just on mute?
Can you hear me?
It's fine. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, so I'm a middle order batter in the middle in the team. So my role is quite key because you kind of almost get close to facing that new ball. I'm mostly getting in like when in the 70th, around the 80th over. Sometimes it depends on the start that we have, and it's very important for us to like the middle order to like make sure that we get a decent total on the board for the side. You know, because I mean, obviously not all the time that the top order is going to come off. So I think we play a crucial role in that middle period, and you got to be positive because that's the route we're looking to go as a side. We're looking to play positive cricket regardless of situation or conditions, you know. So and it's really a nice environment to be a part of, knowing that you are in a space where you're going to be judged by your execution and not how you actually play the game, but how you actually execute within your game plan.
Mm-hmm. When you're talking about positive cricket for you, what are the factors that you would say determines that aggressive style of cricket?
So I wouldn't say it's aggressive style of cricket. I would say it's everything you do, like your presence in the crease. Just so for me personally, I'm always looking to score, regardless of the situation. Obviously, I'm assessing, like for example, this game now in the second innings. When I walked in the crease, I had seen it. He just basically walked in the crease, and we needed about 100. We were 60 odd for 5, if I'm not mistaken, and it could have been easily. I could have easily gone the other way of actually saying, "Look, I'm just gonna guts it out, and just see how far we go." But I just thought I needed to counter attack and make sure that like we're actually moving it and we trying to take the game forward to them, because if we're just sitting ducks, we're probably going to lose that game by like 100+ runs. So that positiveness of actually not playing because of out of fear because of the situation, but actually taking the game, basically looking to be positive in everything you do, and that leads to obviously scoring runs and the scoreboard ticking, and and then next thing you know, the pressure's on them. And then that's how I think I managed to like get a partnership with Marco, who also came in and just played freely and just made sure that we get a good partnership. I think we had about 100 partnership, which was quite crucial for us.
Mm-hmm. That's excellent. Now, Andile, I want to ask you something, particularly about the step up. Playing is under 19 and then going into like all the under 19 setups and playing for your school, and then going into like 4-day cricket and 3-day cricket, etc. The longer format of the game. What have you learned so far? I mean, you scored a 98 in your particular innings, so that's a massive thing as well for yourself. It must have been a massive boost for you for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I was obviously very happy to get the score for the team and for myself. I mean, yeah, unfortunately, I haven't played 4-day cricket before. I didn't get to play for the Dolphins last season, unfortunately. But yeah, I did play a couple of 3-day games for the coastal team, and yeah, I was still learning about the longer formats and all that because I haven't been used to it. So yeah, this side I'm actually enjoying it because I'm getting more responsibility in the team. I'm like one of those guys that have more responsibility. I bet for, I get to bowl a little bit as well. So yeah, I'm finding it easy this side.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of guys, some guys struggle when they start their 4-day careers. For you personally, what has been fun about it for you? What did you enjoy about playing the 4-day game compared to other formats?
I think you always have more time, obviously, than you think. I think for me, it's just a bit long. Because when I went into bat, we had lost two quick wickets early, and I knew that I had to bet the whole day. So that's what I try to do. And the longer I bet, obviously, I definitely make runs. So for me, it's about betting long and catching up later.
I'm going to come back to you about that all-round role. I'm going to go back to Eddie again. Eddie, there's a question for you in the comment section. You knew it probably was going to come again. Um, the question is, do you still have aspirations, obviously, to play for the Proteas? A lot of guys have been asking when Dean Algo moves on for you to maybe take his place in the lineup.
I think it's a pretty easy answer. Yeah, for sure. It's been my dream since I was a kid. So, you know, um, I try to focus on every innings I play and not get too far ahead of myself. As we always say, we need to try to control what we can, and leave the rest up to the selectors or the coaches. So, yeah, to be honest with you, it's definitely one of my motivational factors still is to put on the green and gold one day and perform for my country. I don't only just want to make my debut, but I actually really want to do well when I get the opportunity. So whatever I do on a daily basis is to try to set myself up mentally. Obviously, once first of all to perform, but if I do get an opportunity one day to grab it with both hands, when that time is going to come, I don't know. I firmly believe it's going to come sometime in my career still. So the belief is still there. Um, whether it's from the public or wherever, it doesn't really matter. In my heart, I believe it, and it's something I would really like to achieve still.
Mm-hmm. Now, Lesiba, you mentioned Marco in your when you were speaking to us. The guys would like to know what you what you think about him and his as a player coming into this team now, of course, and becoming more of a regular now, but obviously because he moved franchises, of course, as well. So he's quite a funny guy. We've had him on the channel before. Did you guys also chat to him about his time in the IPL as well? Because he must have come here with proper confidence coming into this team from that particular Mumbai Indians, etc.
Mark is a special talent. We're really lucky to have a guy that obviously played in that high level and probably the best T20 league in the world, and at such a young age, he's just come in and just settled in nicely in our Warriors setup, and he's actually taken responsibility, with his performances and just driving forward his aggression with the ball and bat, which is great for us. And he's a lovely kid, and I'm sure you know this. He's just, I think he's destined for bigger things. He obviously hasn't played much cricket since the IPL, so he was obviously really looking forward to getting to go and play a little bit more and just contribute for the team. And he's quite an exciting player. I'm just looking forward to seeing what he's got up next now.
Mm-hmm. Now Lorenzo is saying, Lesiba, wow, that guy can strike a ball cleanly. What is clean? What is key to that? And how has your batting developed over the years? And how have you kept it and maintained it and constantly improved?
So I would say I've worked a lot over the past 2-3 seasons on my technique, because I've always been a little bit unsure of my technique over the past couple of years. But I think just playing more in playing more 4-day cricket and playing more competitive cricket in franchise level, I kind of got better and started to understand my game a little bit more, and how to strike the ball and when, what to do in which situations, So I think also just hard work, just away from the games, just at training and all that. And then when it's game time, it's just basically just trusting my ability and knowing that I've done the work.
Okay, and I just want to get your thoughts on Andile. I just want to get your thoughts on your aspirations looking forward. What are you aiming to do with this particular 4-day series? Obviously you guys are in Division 2, so what is your aims looking at it going forward?
I think for me, because I spoke to my coach and obviously backs me. So my goal is to average 50 this season. I mean, I know I'm capable of doing that, and with the way I bat, I get the opportunity to bat and bat for 2 days if I can. So for the goal for me is just to average 50, and obviously try and win games for the team. I won't do it by myself, but obviously that's what I'll try and do. That's my goal.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to ask you, Eddie, and we can move on to Lesiba as well. I want to basically just try to size up the competition over here. I just want to, you got over the line against the Titans in a close one. Looking around at the different results, I mean, obviously I showed it at the beginning. There are some amazing players all around. Who are you looking forward to having a battle with the most, particularly from the bowling departments, because there's quite talented bowlers all around the country currently?
Yes, look, there's actually some really talented players around at the moment. Everybody looking to make a mark in the system and get themselves, because I think there's a few opportunities floating around, and I think they're all quite keen to put their hands up. I try face, well, whenever bowler's running in, I try give him the respect. Doesn't matter who he is, but if I can probably mention a few names, it'll probably be this weekend coming up. I think I hope they don't listen to the show at the moment, but no, it's actually a few guys. It's actually a few guys that has played the game for a long time and know what they're doing with the ball in hand. We're obviously playing the Lions, so looking at people like Sisanda Magala, Lucy Sapoto, Tuan Willefeer. It's a proper bowling lineup with spinner probably in between. I think there's one or two in every team. Darren de Pavlon's bowling really well at the moment. Last week, Corbin Bosch bowled really well against us. So there's a few names out there at the moment, but there's no one really that I'm gonna put out there that I'm thinking of when I go to bed. But I know as a bowling unit, because I believe a bowler is only as good as their bowling unit. It's about bowling in partnerships, and that's what actually creates the pressure. But at the moment, I'd say this week's bowling lineup should be quite challenging and one to look forward to.
Lesiba, you're looking, I mean, if you look on the screen, it's a young all-rounder coming through the system right now. Okay, he's not as young as before when we first saw him, but any tips you could give about that? Because, I mean, you've been an all-rounder yourself as well. Juggling two disciplines, it can't be easy.
Yeah, look, it's a funny one. I've always considered myself as an all-rounder, but obviously I haven't really probably done myself justice with the ball as much. But it's still a work in progress. Every opportunity that I try to get with the ball, I try to maximize it. But I do consider myself as an all-rounder. Look, it's just about making sure that you're looking after everything. You're looking after the processes of looking after each skill. Obviously, there's a skill that, so for me, batting is my number one skill, and then bowling is my second skill. So I'm obviously going to look after my first skill and make sure, but also make sure that my second skill is still well looked after by just doing extra bit of work on the side and all that. But my main skill should still be my number one go-to skill. But then I'll try to contribute as much as I can with the ball whenever I can, whenever I'm required to. And I agree with Eddie with about the bowlers around the country. There's a lot to mention, but I think this weekend coming up, for me personally, I feel they've probably got they got a little bit covered in terms of their balance in their seam attack, because they got a tall guy, they got someone who's played around, Seboto, who knows what he does with doing the ball. They got a skitty, quick guy, Magala, and then they got a young upcoming guy. Well, I wouldn't say he's upcoming because he's played a few Proteas games now, Sepamla. So it's a decent attack, but that's where those kind of attacks. That's where you want to actually like prove to yourself like that you capable of actually doing something special for the team. Getting the team over the line.
Mm-hmm. Now, Andile, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. I normally give the opportunity to the younger guys on the channel to ask the senior guys some questions if you want to. If there's any question that you want to ask either Eddie or Lesiba.
I remember there's a game. I don't know if Eddie remembers me, but I was with the Dolphins and I was 12th man that game. I think you scored. Second innings you didn't score, but second innings I think you scored 100 something. I don't know. When Kaya won the game for the Dolphins, I think it was last season when Dolphins won the game to go to the finals for the game.
Oh yes, yeah. Who's that at St. George's
Yes,
Park?
like yes.
I remember.
The other game, I think second innings we batted nicely. Again, I just want to know like what was going through your mind when you batted, because first innings didn't do well. But I mean, second innings came back nice and you scored those runs. I mean, what was like going through your mind and all that?
Yeah, fair question. I think the whole season, and I think Lesiba can vouch for me. I had quite a tough season mentally last season. I knew it was my last innings out there for the season against a decent bowling lineup again. I mean, the Dolphins played some good cricket. I mean, they played in the finals and they won it, didn't they? So was a really good, once again, a nice opportunity for me to stick my hand up, even though I carried quite a bit, was quite low in confidence. Like you said earlier, and was a valuable tip for any young guy, just to spend some time at the crease when you're not hitting the ball nicely, just for some confidence, and one or two shots will find you and all of a sudden off you go. Just playing against guys like Keshav Maharaj in that game, for instance, just being out in the middle facing him, I think you learn so much about your own game and your own mental capacity that, you just want more of it. So that kind of motivated me to, even though I didn't do well in the first innings, just to hang it out there for the team in the second innings and try to save it for our team, and just to play for a bit of pride as well. I think it was, as I said, it was the last game of the season. We weren't really anywhere in that competition at that point. And just for some pride and just to prove to yourself that, you are still good enough, even though you haven't produced as much as you would have liked that season. It's nice to make sure that you leave the season with a bit of confidence and a bit of belief going into the off season, knowing that you are still capable of some bigger things. And it was quite a special knock, as I said, because it was against some serious bowlers and some experienced bowling lineup. Especially facing Keshav at St. George's is always a challenge. So I take a lot of confidence from experiences like that, and it helps me going forward. Just building confidence, facing different bowlers in different conditions. I think you must always try as a young guy, I suppose, not just you, but anyone who's listening, maybe put yourself in positions where you grow your game. And I saw that as an opportunity.
Good, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks a lot to our guests for coming on the show as well. I hope you guys enjoyed it, the newbies, because I would like to get you on the stream maybe again in the future. It was excellent chatting to you and learning from you guys. To the guys out there, please subscribe to Cricket Fanatics Magazine monthly. It's 100% free, and the link is in the description. You just have to click on it and go to the eye on the top right of the screen after this video has been finished, live streamed, of course, because tomorrow I can put it up in the eye. I can't activate it now. But go to the description. Every single issue, including the World Cup petition, is 100% free. So go ahead and subscribe to that right now. If you are new to this channel, if some of you guys are fans of the guys on here and you've never watched this channel before, please subscribe to the channel as well. Click that notification bell as well for all future videos as well. We even made a fancy button for you so that you can do so straight away. Smash the like button, comment, share this with all your friends and family, and we'll be back again tomorrow with a preview of the World Cup game between South Africa and England. Very exciting matchup coming up. South Africa's a must win, so we're very excited to chat to all of you guys about that. Thanks to everybody that's tuning in, and we'll see you guys again very, very soon. Take care, everyone.